this is what you call a match made in heaven, right? So first and foremost, you've got guys who love to cycle. I've been seeing what they've been doing for years upon years. I once tried to get in, but those Saturday mornings were a bit early, but I loved how they'd all congregate at like, KICC right outside there, and they'd race. And I've seen them push and push. I've also seen different guys come out of that and say they're going to cycle to here, there, and I'm just like, okay, that's different. So the Grand Nairobi Bike race, I've got from there, I've got Desmond, Momanyi, and I've got Lois as well. Good morning, guys. How are you guys? Mr. Momanyi, mic. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? Just push it closer to you so that they can hear your amazing voice.
Thank you.
You're well?
I'm well.
Tell me you cycled here today.
No, I did not. I'll blame it on the weather.
Well, okay. Weather, sawa. Then we've got a lady who's all about making sure that you're set when it comes to everything insurance. She's from Jubilee. She goes by the name Caroline Dongo, and she has decided, you know what? This is a great initiative, and I would like to come through and support the Grand Nairobi Bike race. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I am very, very well. It's glad to have guys who are, who are in this whole space, because this is health and wealth.
Yes.
Literally. I love it.
That.
Yeah,
yes,
health and wealth. Trust me. It's one of those things. I'm always talking to like different friends, and we say, if you're not healthy, everything that you're grinding for can really grind to a halt.
Exactly.
Yep. Now we've got the race coming up. First and foremost, congratulations. I saw you guys at the launch, the anvil, at KICC.
Yes.
Some time back. What was that? Maybe about 2 months ago or so, a month and a half.
It was the 3rd of October. I think 3rd of October. So about a month.
About a month ago.
Yes.
Wow.
Not exactly a month
ago.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. Yes. Yeah.
And for me, I saw that and I was just like, okay, what's going on? What are they trying to do this year, right? Because I saw, the whole pomp and everything. And I'm really interested. For someone who's hearing about this race that we're about to embark on for the very first time, what is it? Let's start there.
So shall I go first, or actually, no, Desmond, you give a bit of a background so that I can then jump in.
Probably just giving a background of the whole story.
Yes.
So Lois and I, we're the directors of Exigent Limited, and the Grand Nairobi Bike Race is our flagship product.
Yes.
So back, I think in 2018, we felt that it was time to hold a big race in this city.
Yes.
To showcase a lot of sporting talent that is here, and also bring together a lot of the whole cycling community.
Yes.
Because what we realized was there were many races being organized by several amazing people out there, and then we thought, why don't we bring all of these guys together
yes.
into one race? Because the fear back then was a lot of these guys were elite. So we thought that there was not much inclusion in a lot of these cycling races.
Yes.
So hence the Grand Nairobi Bike Race was formed by Lois and I.
So when you say elite, because there's, I've seen some of those videos,
Yes.
There's pros.
There's pros, yeah. There's people moving.
Yes.
People moving, yes.
So we're talking about the pros, those guys who are cycling.
I mean, these are serious guys, yeah?
Yes.
There's a lot of talent in Kenya, a lot of cycling talent. And even this was before COVID. Now things even got better during COVID, after COVID.
Yes.
I remember you mentioned you also took up cycling a lot. So a lot of people also did that. So what we managed to do was in 2019, we held the first Grand Nairobi Bike Race.
Yes.
We broke records as it was back then. We had 450 participants.
450
participants.
For your first event?
For our first event.
Guys who've all brought their bikes.
Hard to believe, I know.
That's a good one.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah, hard to believe, yeah. So because people saw the vision. Cyclists saw the vision. This had never been done before.
Yes.
And for us, as we've said, it was all inclusivity. I mean, we had a kiddies race. Even if you're on a tricycle,
yes,
there was something for you.
I like that.
Yeah. We had a family fun ride. I mean, we are not competing for anything, but just come and sweat it out as a family. Then we had the Black Mamba guys. Who are always wafinyi.
That's a tough category.
That's a tough category.
Yes.
So, but we also had them on.
Yes.
And they came from various parts of the country, actually. And then now, of course, we had the elite. Now, the thing with the elite is because such a race had never been done around East Africa.
Yes.
So we had a lot of regional participation. Lois and I, in fact, were very, very surprised. The guys came from Congo, guys came from Burundi, guys came from Rwanda, just for this race.
Any guys left Lingala to come dance.
Imagine.
To come race. That's a really good effort.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And I mean, it was. I mean, being the first one had its own hiccups, but I think the word already had spread, and this had been put out there already. So now, come 2020, because of COVID now,
yes.
of course we couldn't have it for 2020
yes.
and 2021, but now come 2022, then come in Jubilee, of course, now because they had a
maybe
vision
I can
also.
I can jump in there. This is my point. I don't want him to talk on our behalf. So
this is where Karo now would jump in.
So Jubilee.
Before you even get there,
yes.
So because I like to tell stories on the radio.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you go pitch to them or do they come to you?
So I'd say we looked for each other.
Ah, good.
I think Carol will tell that story better. She has a more inside.
She knows the ins and all
she
of
knows
that.
the ins. Yeah, but we really met at the right time.
Yes.
Actually, I'd like to call it a match made in heaven, because I joined Jubilee last year in 2022, and when I got on board, I found that our chairman had a vision for himself as well. He wanted to get behind racing and had tried, cycling, and he had tried to put this together for a while, but never actually managed to do it. So I think these guys had come sometime before, and when they were doing the 2019, I think they had approached Jubilee, but it didn't take off then. But this time round, when we sat down and said, okay, we're really going to bring this race to life, this sponsorship, what we call our flagship sponsorship, because it's now the main thing that Jubilee is putting its weight behind as a brand. Initially, we thought we would go and start it from scratch, partner with the likes of Golazo or some other technical team, and then build it from the ground up. But, it didn't make sense when we reviewed our files and found that there was this organization that had done a very good job in 2019. It made absolute sense for us to get on board and partner with them. And then that's when we then title sponsored it, and that's what now we are calling the Jubilee Live Free race, powered by
the
Grand Nairobi Bike Race.
I love it.
It's such a mouthful.
So 2022, that's where the relationship began,
that's
right?
Where the relationship
and of course,
began.
I've seen so many different partners, but of course, Jubilee coming in for this, right?
Yes.
How many numbers last year? Because we're now saying 2019 when we began 450, then come the very amazing partner, of course, all the pomp and all of that. How many guys came through last year?
So again, I've never been seen. We even broke the other record, and we had 1,000 cyclists on the streets of Nairobi.
That's huge.
So 1,000 cyclists. Of course, I always go for the bigger numbers. There was others, the people that came to watch, the people that were hanging about. So I would say, the number we have been floating is 1,200 odd, people, give or take. Yes, and now this is 2023. And we are pushing further. Yeah.
Now, for Jubilee, right? Of course, this definitely falls within your docket, right? Health, life insurance, all of this different kind of things. But why get so heavily involved in this?
So, as a brand, our promise is to live free. We want to enable our partners, our customers, our clients to live free. And living free is essentially, having peace of mind. So, there is, peace of mind at various levels. But as you said earlier, health is one of the big factors, and that can bog people down. So yes, you can insure yourself, and we can support you in a curative sense.
Yes.
But how much better would it be if we can be with you from a preventative perspective? So we're all about wellness. So one of our key pillars as a business and as a brand is wellness. Wellness, will take care. Will mean that you need to take care of your physical being, your mental being, and your financial being as well.
Yes.
the race actually covers a lot, ticks a lot of boxes as far as those wellness and preventative measures are concerned, because physical activity takes care of your physical as well as your mental, which is something that we are passionate about. And then, as we do that, also we are promoting the environment. Again, green spaces, basically living responsibly, which is fewer emissions, because now if you're using a bike, you're not polluting.
Makes a lot more sense.
All these things work together harmoniously for good to bring to life what it is that we as a brand want to promote, because prevention is better than cure.
100%.
Yeah.
I love that. When it comes to cycling, now that you've actually just mentioned it, right? Would you say that we can actually get to a point where in Nairobi, say for instance, I'm coming from, say, Jogoo Road, down all the way into the CBD, I've just got a meeting. Can I use my bike? Do you reckon we can actually get to that? Because I've seen it in other cities, right?
Yes.
And I loved the fact that a couple of months back, right? In this particular city, you're seeing bikes parked everywhere. You can literally just hire one off of an app and cycle, right?
Yeah.
And why I'm saying that is, so when you look at the environment right now, we're talking about go green, sustainability, so fewer emissions, right? Number two, mental health is a problem. So, cycling, that whole mental fortitude to push you. Health, right?
Yes.
A lot of people have very busy lives. You're not able to go to the gym, right?
Yes.
Maybe it's a luxury, right?
Yeah.
And here's an instrument that you can use to push all of that. Would you say we can actually get to that? With what the county government of Nairobi are doing and saying?
It's funny that that a number of years back, the bicycle was a poor man's. That's why if you saw anyone with a black mamba, you'd assume he's a watchman. And I think Papa Shirandula did a lot to even.
He embodied it and
he embodied it very
lifted it up.
But a lot has changed.
Yes,
a lot has changed. One of our strategic partners in this race is the Kenya Urban Roads Authority.
Okay,
and Kura are very, very instrumental in creating NMT, non-motorized transport lanes in most. And they've done a lot. In fact, if you look at from their website, they've done more than 17,000 kilometers the whole country.
Yes.
In different cities, in different urban spaces. Can someone cycle? For a while, in fact, I used to commute on my bike. And it's not for the faint-hearted.
It really is not.
It's not for the faint-hearted.
Yes.
And then different initiatives have really come up all across the city, for many cyclists. Some of them being the bike train, where people from different locations, like let's say if you live on Waiyaki Way, from Kino, then there's like a mini association where you meet at a certain point in the morning. You all go together.
Power in numbers.
Exactly.
Yes.
There's power in numbers. There's also safety in numbers. Okay. If you live on Thika Road, you meet at a certain point, then you come as a train. So those are actually initiatives and those are activities that are happening right now. So quite a number of people have taken to cycling to work.
Yes.
But there needs to be a lot of education, especially on the motorist, to learn to share.
Yes. Because
our biggest threat, of course, are the border guys. Quite a number of motorists have really taken this up. But our biggest threat really are the borders. But there needs to be a lot of public awareness that roads are not just for motorists, but they are also for non-motorized transport.
We need to for there to be that whole. This is a cycling pedestrian lane.
Yes.
This is not a border express lane.
Exactly.
Because as it is.
If you look at Ngong Road, in fact, it was designed that way.
Yes.
Like there's a road itself, but if you go on the side, then there's a pedestrian and a cycling lane.
Yes.
But you see now enforcement on that, number one, and also all those car bazaars on Ngong Road have taken up.
They've taken up a lot.
Taken up those. So the infrastructure in some places is actually there, but it's the enforcement.
That's the issue.
That is the issue, yes.
All right, now if you're just locking in, we're talking about the Jubilee Live Free race, which is coming up very, very soon. Now, as we talk about that, You know, when I was looking at the presentation, I saw some very amazing figures and I was like, this is very nice in terms of kitty money, right? So coming from, the 450 to the 1,200 to this year, we want a lot more people to participate. I know there's a lot of professionals who are looking at this as a place to start before they go on to Tour de France and all of these different triathlons across the planet, right? What is the prize money for this?
3 million. I think the prize money, the total kit is 3 million.
The total kit is 3 million.
Yeah. But there'll also be other goodies as well. So beyond just the cash, there will be other prizes. We're working with different partners to put together packages. So, holidays, getaways, spa, and those sort of treatments, etc. But actual money, 3 million. And I think Desmond could break down in terms of how it's being awarded.
Because that 3 million was about to really...
that's what you're interested in. I can see.
I was like, what?
Yeah, maybe just a quick...
I mean, start training, eh?
Yeah, because
you never know.
Win.
You can win. You can win.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, competition is really, really
it's
stiff.
tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
So what again, Lois and I managed to do, especially in 2019, was to, first of all, I'd like to emphasize on this, was to bring an equality in prize money, and especially for males and for females.
Yes.
Of course, different capabilities, but I mean, so we had separate categories for men and women.
Yes.
And the one thing that we set out to do was for equal prize money across both. Because what used to happen in a lot of cases, and I don't blame guys, I mean, it's really all about sometimes the economics of it, but I think you also need to push and make and be intentional about it.
Yes.
So where if the number one main racer male is getting, let's say, 50,000, then the same
50.
applies to the ladies. Because what used to happen was, let's say, the number one in a certain category would get a certain amount, and for the females then it would be less. So we set out to do that, and of course, thanks now to Jubilee's boost now, what we're going to do is the total pass is 100,000 is 3 million shillings, and this is spread out
in different categories.
Yes. And now what we've even done this time round, thanks to partners like Doctors of Hearing, what we've managed to do is to even break down, let's say we had physically challenged.
Yes.
But now in our experience, we've learned that physically challenged, there are 3 categories in there. You see. So,
Which are?
a para. Yes. So paracycling.
Yes.
So which are you have hearing impaired, you have speech impaired, and physically challenged. Those are paracyclists. So we had to break that down.
Yes.
And then all of those, of course, also have equal prize money between the ladies and the men.
That is
same
actually...
thing in Black Mamba. You have Black Mamba ladies. Hard to believe, but they're Black Mamba ladies.
Black Mamba ladies.
Black Mamba ladies.
I'm definitely
and you
coming down to
see them.
this.
It's really amazing. It's really amazing to see the talent that is out there. So this is really spread out amongst all the categories. So the 3 million shillings. So like last year, we managed to reward, I think, almost 100 cyclists. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because you see, for cycling, it's not just 1, 2, 3. Because again, the timings are so...
Yeah.
So what we do is we go up to number 10.
Up to now, I think I can make it.
I think you can make it, Kevin.
There's hope.
Go for it.
So there's hope.
Get
There's
in the
hope.
game. Get in the game.
If you're listening out there and you thought, oh my God, it's going to be all of these pro guys, they're awarding number 1 to 10. Guys. I'm very, very excited because shout going now to the Grand Nairobi Bike Race and of course Jubilee Insurance coming together for the Jubilee Live Free cycling event that's going to be going down on the 26th of November. That is in 25 days. I'm very, very excited because I've got the team who are here talking about it. I've got Desmond, who's actually from the cycling club, Lois from the cycling club, and I've got Caroline from Jubilee Insurance, all of them coming together to give you this experience. So the 26th of November, right, as we get ready for it, 1st of November, that's the date today. Are people signing up? Are guys excited about it?
Yes, they are. But
Yes.
actually, why we're here today is to encourage many more to do so. Because,
Yes.
as I said, we'd like to make it even better and bigger. And we believe that we've got a great offering.
Yes.
So, yes, we've got sign-ups. Kenyans are lastminute.com.
all
But what
day.
I'd like for them to do is to please come sooner rather than later, so we can get organized, get ready for you, in order to give you a great experience. So, yes, that's where things stand as far as registrations are concerned.
So talking about registration, right? So main race I've seen is 75 kilometers, right? No, I thought I was participating, but I'm gonna take a less one. So main race is 75 kilometers.
Yes, it is.
How can guys register for this, and how much is it?
Okay, so go ahead.
So all registrations are online.
Yes.
Okay. At the www.jubileegnbrlivefreerace.co.ke.
Yes.
This
That's
is
a
why I
mouthful.
wanted
That's
him
a
to say it.
mouthful.
Because
Yeah. But
the Kikuyu
worry not.
interference would have definitely gotten in the way. Yeah.
Jubilee.
Yes.
GNBR. Okay. Livefreerace.
Yes.
.co.
We're going to be posting that. We're,
Yes,
going,
yes,
we're
please.
definitely
That would be
going to
good.
post in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
for guys to see. So let's talk about the categories, right? So we've got 75 kilometers.
Yes.
That's the main race.
For the main race. So, in fact, let me start from the kiddies race.
Yes.
Remember, this is all inclusive. I mean, we're including all kinds of cyclists. So the kiddies race is a small track around KICC. Is 1.4 kilometers.
Yes.
Okay. Then you have your family fun ride.
Yes.
Your family fun ride is a 12-kilometer loop. Okay, from KICC using Uru Highway all the way up to Uru Gardens.
Yes.
On Langata Road.
Okay.
Then all the way back down to KICC.
Yes.
Okay. Then you have your Black Mamba race, which is 45 kilometers.
Yeah.
So 45 kilometers, the loop that we've designed, remember this is a criterium style kind of race, okay, where you have a loop and then you do it several times.
Yes.
So for the Black Mamba, the loop is 15 kilometers.
Yes.
So they'll be doing 3 loops. So that's a total of 45 kilometers.
45 kilometers.
For the Black Mambas.
Yani basically ni kutoka hapa mpaka Thika.
Ni kutoka hapa mpaka Thika. You're right.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a distance.
That's the distance. And it's the same distance now for the paracycling race.
Yes.
Okay, that's the same distance. And then now we go to the main race. The main race now is 75 kilometers. 75 kilometers means it's that same loop, but now done 5 times. You have to work for the money.
Tough.
Work for them, and you have to pedal to glory.
Yes.
But it's there's guys who have gears and there's guys who don't have gears. So, Miriam, this category for Black Mamba, those are the MVPs.
Those
Those
are
are
the
the
MVPs.
MVPs.
And actually, I'd like to maybe just highlight that that's a category that we're really keen on,
Yes.
promoting and getting into the race, because as we all know, that's the main, that's a major mode of transport, and a lot of people can access it. And in order to drive inclusivity, not everybody can afford these 300,000 bikes.
Yeah, I know. Those,
Kina nani use, So
those what are these, aluminium frame or what?
Carbon.
Those
Carbon.
ones that you just and you run with.
You see, that's just not even going to happen. Yeah.
Yes.
So we are we're encouraging a lot of people to come on board, and that's why the Black Mamba is one of our, shall we call it, as you say,
Let's call
MVP
Yes.
race. And also inviting people from across, not just Nairobi. We'd like teams to come from the rest of the country.
Yes.
And we're also looking to work with the different counties to also sponsor the same race. There's a discussion that's underway right now with the county of Nairobi.
Yes.
But we will hope that they can extend it to their other their counterparts to see if we can register many teams from the rest of the country on the Black Mamba one.
I love it.
Yeah.
Now, for me, listening to that and I've just gotten a thought. Shagana to everybody who's listening, like Uzo sites, Kisumu, Webuye, all of those, right? Especially my Kisumu guys. Put that bike on. What is it? What's the bus to that side? Bukinya. or something.
Does it still
Put
exist?
the bike on.
goes to Kisumu.
Inaendaga hiyo region ya Western,
Yes,
Webuye huko.
yes,
You know
yes,
what? Like
yeah.
how we transport beds over
Yes,
Christmas.
Yeah.
Put that bike
yes,
on, kuja,
yeah.
participate.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yes,
it could be
yes.
life changing. Now,
Yes.
before we go, right? Something super exciting as well. There's going to be tree planting.
So this is, well, there was always tree planting.
Yes.
I think one of the things that the Grand Nairobi team had done was put together a partnership with Miti Alliance. So even in the first edition and even last year, we've had the tree planting exercises being done, going on.
Yes.
This year we want to tie it up a bit tighter also with our ESG agenda. We've actually just started not just started, but we've now in the throes of rolling out our different programs as a company on the ESG front. So this year we would like for every participant to also, as part of the collaboration,
Yes.
plant a tree. So we're working out the modalities of whether it's done that day or whether you take your tree and go and plant it elsewhere.
Yes.
But we intend to drive that green agenda even further beyond now what was in place. As I said again, it's all part of the sustainability and
Yes.
environment, and finding ways in which we can collaborate to bring those agendas or those up on the
Yes,
table,
definitely.
and forefront in everyone's mind.
I like that. This is literally how we started. A march made in heaven.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see this. This is the 26th of November 2023. Once again, we're definitely going to be putting out the link for guys to buy. We'd also like to mention all of the other event sponsors. We've got Magical Kenya Cycling Federation. There's Kura Nairobi County. There's Trace. There's NTSA. There's USN Nation Media Group. There's Diamond Trust Bank. There's who else? My eyesight right now. Giant, the bike guys.
Yes,
There's also EB and
Yes.
White Cup. Okay. And Maisha Fiti.
Maisha Fiti, yeah.
There's
Maisha
also bicycle something. What is this? Bicycle
A bicycle garage.
Bicycle Garage.
Yes,
And of
yes.
course, Doctors of Hearing,
Doctors of Hearing.
Superior Hotels,
Yes,
and Savi.
Yes, Savi Water.
Yes.
Who are, waters. Hydration partners.
Yeah.
Yes, we also have Maxis.
Tires.
Maxis tires.
Yes.
Of course, they're big on bike tires.
I didn't
And
know
they're-
that.
Oh yes, and they're big in the local cycling scene.
Yes.
So we are really privileged to also have them on board.
Yes.
I'd like to talk of Ultimate Sports Nutrition (USN), who are also, of course,
Yeah.
big in sports nutrition.
Very.
And have been supporters of the local cycling scene for a very, very long time.
I love it.
Yes. We also like to thank Morecambe Security, who are coming in as a security partner also on this. Yes.
Definitely.
I'd also just like to give a big shout out to my AKDN partners.
Yes.
So you've mentioned some of them as you went through the list, the NMG and DTB. Then we have Premier Foods as well coming on board. Nice hot dogs, nini. And basically DTB has actually gone above and beyond just an in-kind and given a cash sponsorship, and they will be our entertainment partner. So in due course we can talk about it,
Yes.
who our entertainment is.
Yes.
Yes.
we've got some-
So we have Gilad.
Shaguna to Gilad.
Yes.
Very
and,
powerful voice.
Heart the Band.
At the band have just dropped a new album.
Yes,
they
yeah.
have. Yes,
And
they
then
have.
there's a spoken word.
Mufasa the poet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're excited about that?
Mufasa
So
the poet.
Yeah.
she's excited about. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, clearly,
She knows Mufasa.
yeah. So you see, I guess the point being that beyond the wills and thrills, there is also the entertainment, the fun times,
Yeah.
a sense of community. I think what we're trying to do is to create a sense of community and belonging and enjoyment in these days of
There's
it's
a
just
lot.
so hard. There's just so much going on, and it's
Yes.
really quite heavy on everyone. 26th of November can be a day that you can actually come and be a part of something bigger and make friends and build relationships.
Bring your bike.
And bring your bike. Yeah.
And just to explain that it's not just a race. It's coming together of all partners, and especially in the cycling cycling industry or fraternity. So we have a bike village inside KICC where there will be stalls. There'll be lots of entertainment, as Caroline has said.
Yes.
Thanks to Diamond Trust Bank. We'll be having we'll be having a lot of food and entertainment for the kids. We have a kiddie park, so that once the kids are done cycling, of course,
boom, jumpy.
Can we hire bikes? Are we able? Yes. So if you come and you don't have a bike, you can register still.
Yeah. But we'd advise that you hire your bike early.
Early.
Yes. Not on that morning, so that you can do your bike fitting and all that.
Everything.
And for us, I would like to say that safety is very, very, very important.
Yeah.
And we're saying that anyone who comes must have a helmet for this.
Lazima.
Lazima.
So EB can get you that.
So probably not EB, but there are lots of shops around but if you hire a bike, you can also hire a bike plus a helmet
on the day or the day before. All of that.
We are preferably ahead of it. On that day, we're also going to have archery and sports because there's a lot of conflict, as you know, in the North Rift. And there's an NGO, we're just finalizing on talks for that, who'd like to come on board and just showcase a bit of archery.
Yes.
And they use the arrows for peace, not arrows for conflict.
Yeah.
So they'll be showcasing that. They'll be showcasing on that day also.
Yes.
So, and I mean, as we said, this is all inclusive. We're here for peace. We're here for health. We're here for all of that.
I love it.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. So guys, one more time, make sure you check out our socials. We're going to be posting up the links. Yes. So the Jubilee Insurance Leave Free Race, which is going down on the 26th of November. A venue is going to be the KICC. So definitely come down and have fun. Thank you guys very much for coming through. And of course for the very, very insightful conversation. I can't wait to see this. I definitely know I'm coming down now to start training with my bike. I've got exactly 25 days.
Yeah.
All right.
Asante sana.
25 days.
Catch us on 90.9
Heading for another world
in the city of champions, Eldoret.